had a program today. So today is going to be a little bit different. But I want you all to let me know that you can hear me, you can see me, and then we'll go from there. Hey, Miss Gail, welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so we're going to be getting started in just a couple of minutes. Now, while you are preparing for the class, I want you to think of someone that you wish we had recorded their story. Someone's story you wish had been recorded, okay? I want you to keep that person in mind. Someone that you wish had been recorded. All right, and we're going to go from there. So, we're going to get started in a few minutes or so, so hang tight. And Miss Gail, where are you joining us from? Where are you? I am in Detroit, Michigan. So I'm in Michigan, uh, Midwest, Houston. Houston was actually on my list. It was a place I was thinking about moving to. I don't know. Let's see about that one day. All right, so I can see that the internet here is a little bit different. So hopefully everything works out well. Welcome those of you who are joining in. We're going to be getting started in just a few moments. I am in a different location today. I'm actually in one of my favorite spots, one of my favorite institutions, the public library. So I love the public library. I think it is just one of the centers of any society. If you have a public library, you're pretty good to go because you can learn so many different things. You know, there's just so much you can gain from having access to all of this knowledge. So, all right, let's see. I'm gonna close this part down and we will be getting started in just a few minutes. If you have somebody that you know should be with us, feel free to share it out with them as well. All right, I'm going to close this, close this. I'm just closing extra things down on my computer because, as you know, sometimes technology can pull a lot of different resources and such. And I want to make sure that you guys have the best experience that you can since I'm in this different location today. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. All right, close that as well. All right, welcome everybody. We're going to be getting started in a few minutes. So thank you all for being with us. Um, I want you all right now to think of someone whose story you wish we had recorded. Someone whose story you wish we had recorded. That could be your grandmother, could be your aunt, could be your uncle, it could be someone else that you are thinking about, but who is someone's story that you wish had been recorded? All right, when you have that person, drop their name into the chat box. Let's see who you got. Drop their name into the chat box. We got a couple of more minutes to let folks come on in, and then we're going to be getting started. So I'm excited. Like I told you guys, I'm in a different location today. So typically, I'm not here at the library, which is why I'm kind of talking a little bit softer. I hope you can still hear me well. Um, I hope you can still hear me well. My daughter had a presentation today around the golden age. So they were so cute. Seventh grade, learning about the golden age. They had all these different inventions that they created and put around. It was really, really cool. So I'm coming from there in a different city, which is why I am here. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, thank you. All right, I'm super excited today too because this is the first time that I'm actually going to be telling you all about our new community. Some of you all who are new, let me put it this way so you ain't gonna see that. Wait. All right. Um, some of you all who are new to us have seen some of our other programs like our academy and our ghostwriting program. Some of you all have seen that. You may have seen our publishing work as well. But now we're kicking off a community, and I get to share that with you all today. So I'm super excited. Grandma Eva, Grandma Sophie. Mm. So those are your maternal and paternal grandmothers, I'm suspecting. All right. All right, we got about a couple of more minutes and then we're going to go ahead and get started. So, beautiful. For those of you who are joining us, let us know where you're joining us from. I am in Michigan, so I'm in Michigan. We got Miss Gail down in Houston, Texas, by way of New Orleans. I have never been to New Orleans yet, but everybody tells me that I would love it. So, I have to check there. We got my team, Michelle, who is in the Philippines. So, thank you, Michelle. Iowa. I haven't really had any. I don't think we've had too many people from Iowa. So welcome, Brandy, Miss Brandy. Welcome. Yes, like I said, Michelle. Michelle is over there in the nice tropical Philippines. Beautiful. Okay. Um, let's see. It's 12 o'clock on the dot. Should I give everybody a couple of minutes? Usually I do, because I know technology and all of the things people sometimes really need a little bit of assistance getting in. So let's give them like 2 minutes and then we'll go ahead and formally begin with our class today. Um, man, so much stuff has gone on. I don't know if any of you all were here. Did you see that I was able to do a TED talk recently? Um, 3 weeks ago, Central Michigan University, I gave a TEDx talk. Now, if you're familiar with TEDx, it's all about spreading ideas, right? Spreading ideas that we want to see out into the world. So, the idea that I spoke on was exactly what we're talking about here today, and that is how we can capture our stories and preserve our stories for future generations to come. So that was exactly the talk that I gave a few weeks ago. I'm going to be sharing out the video as soon as it is available for you all. But it was beautiful. We had a beautiful, beautiful time. People really took to the message as well, which was extremely important for me, right? Because all of you all are here because you want to capture your story or the story of someone that you love, right? That's why you signed up for this class. For us to see that the idea of recording the stories is spreading out is really important for me, right? That's really why I'm doing this whole thing. So I was excited to see that people really resonated with the message and they want to do this work, right? They want to do this work. All right, so let's go ahead and jump on in. I'm not going to do as many slides today because I can tell there's like a little bit of a lag or so. So I'm going to be more teaching than doing the slides, if you will, if that's okay. All right, so now welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you all for joining us today. Thank you, Miss Gail and such, for people who let me know who they are looking to record or who they wish they could have recorded in the past. Before we wait another moment, I want you to do something with me. Okay. So I asked for some of you all to bring a memory to yourself. Close your eyes if you can, just for a second. And I want you to think about a memory from your life, something that was a pivotal time for you, something that changed the direction in your world. And I want you to marinate on that memory just for a moment. Think about where you were, think about the people who were involved, think about the places that you saw. Think about what happened before that memory, that occurrence, that experience, and also what happened after that. Okay? So when you have that memory in mind, let me know in the chat that say got it. Say got it. And then I know that you're with me. All right, let me know. Do you have that memory in mind for you today? Now, lots of times when we do this exercise, different people have different things come up. Sometimes it might be a memory that pops up from your early childhood. Sometimes it might be your love life. Sometimes it might be a spiritual memory. Sometimes it may be a deep memory of loss, you know? It could be also a memory of happiness. It could be something that happened 25 years ago. It could be something that happened 25 minutes ago, right? It depends on what's popping up for you. All right, so Brandy says she has it. Miss Brandy says she has it. So these memories are what make up our entire lives. And when we're looking at writing a life story, what gets a lot of people stuck is that they think they have to combine all of their entire existence. 50 years, there's 60 years, there's 70 years of life. They have to combine all of that into one volume. However, what I want you all to think of today is that the life stories that we write are simply a collection of pivotal memories. That's it. It's a collection of moments that matter the most in our lives. It's a collection of the big decision making times. It's a collection of the people that really move the trajectory of your life. And if we can focus in on those specific memories, one by one by one by one, we can then build the scaffolding for a complete life story. Okay? But to think of writing a whole life story at the onset, and you're like, I need to write 50 pages, I need to write 100 pages, I need to write 125 pages, is too much. And after talking to thousands of people now who want to write their life stories, I'm realizing that we're getting stuck because we're thinking about too much. That's why I want you to focus on one memory at a time, okay? One memory at a time, all right? So now the memory that you just created, we're going to do a 2-minute brain dump right now, okay? What I want you all, does everybody have a piece of paper with them? If you have a piece of paper, let me know you have a piece of paper. If you can use piece of paper, or you can open up a new document like a Google Doc or a notes place or something. But we're gonna do a quick 2-minute exercise, okay? And I need you to be able to actually like capture your thoughts. So get a piece of paper or open up a document or notes place or such, okay? Doesn't have to be, it could be the back of a napkin, whatever it is. But I want you to have some place that you can kind of keep notes. All right, so what I want us to do is I want to really go into this pivotal memory that you've thought about, okay? And I want you to describe what happened, who was there, what did you see, what did you feel, what did you hear, right? I want you to paint the picture of that memory to the best of your ability, to the depth of your ability. All right. Anything that you can think of when it comes to that specific instance, I want you to put it down on paper. Now, what I'm not asking you to do right now is to be Tyler Perry and write out every single word that happened. No, all I want you to do is just bulletize. This happened here. These people were there. This is where I was. This is what I thought. This is how I felt. Blah blah blah. All right. Everybody clear? Are you clear with me on the exercise? Are you all clear? For those who are just joining, we are working on a specific memory right now. So I want everyone to have one memory in mind, all right, from your life. I'm going to tell you how we get these memories in a second. But right now, I want whatever memory pops up for you, that's the one that is standing out for you. I want you to focus in on that memory for this exercise at this time. Okay? And what I want you to do right now, we're going to do a 2-minute brain dump. All right, 2-minute exploration. And I want you to write everything that you can think of when it comes to that memory. How you felt, what you saw, who was there, all of it. All right? Everybody got it? If you're with me, put with you in the chat so I know that you're with me. And I'm going to set the timer and we're going to do a 2-minute brain dump on that specific memory. Let me know, you guys. I know it's kind of difficult because this is not Zoom, so you can't, I can't see you. Okay, Miss Gladys, wonderful. Welcome. All right, cool. Okay, so I'm going to set a 2-minute timer and I want you all to just get it out. Get it out your head, everything you can think of about that memory. All right, so go. I'll let you know when to come back. 2 minutes, everything you can think of with that memory. All right, one more minute. I want you just to dig deep in anything that you can think of when it comes to that memory. Put it down on paper. Anything you heard, so that could be like dialogue, specific things people said, smelled, felt, all of it. 30 seconds. And those of you who are just joining us, we're in the middle of an exercise now where we are selecting one memory of our life and we're digging deep into that specific memory. Okay, all right. So good. So now, for those in the chat, this is going to be interactive, you all. So go ahead and put it into the chat. When you thought about this memory, what are some of the things that came up for you? Let me know in the chat. Was it an emotion of triumph? Was it an emotion of sadness? Was it an emotion of confusion, forgiveness? Like, what are the emotions that came up around the memory that you selected? Now, put it into the chat and let me know. The reason why we focus in on the emotions that come up around the memories is because when we're writing a life story, this is not the same as a resume. All right? Your life story is not a CV that just says, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this. That is not going to be a powerful life story. On the other side, a powerful life story is one that shares pivotal moments, right? Pivotal memories, but also extracts the meaning from them. So you have a memory, you have an experience, but on the other side of it, we have to talk about why that was so important. How did it change the way that we think? How did it change the way that we act? How did it change the way we move through our life? This is why life story writing is different than just I did A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Life story writing allows you to really dig deep, and it is a personal development and a self reflection tool. It is a way for us to look deeply into who we are, how we got to be where we are, and where we're also going. So, this is critical because the meaning that you extract from your experiences can not only help you understand your own life on a deeper level, it also helps you understand where someone else can benefit from your experiences. How many of us have heard, my test became my testimonies, right? And our testimonies help someone else live their life a little bit easier. You know what I'm talking about? So when you go through your life and we look at these pivotal experiences and we are able to go deeper than just this is what happened into this is what I learned from this, this is how it changed me, we can then go even deeper into this is how this experience can help somebody else. Do y'all see what I'm saying? Do y'all get what I'm saying? Let me know in the chat if you all understand what I'm saying. So, life story writing is a reflection tool. It is a deep self reflection tool that allows us to build empathy for ourselves and for what we've gone through in our lives, and also allows us to pull meaning from our experiences so that our lives can help somebody else. Okay? And we don't get there just by saying, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this. It's not a resume and it's not a CV. Okay? So let me see what some of the emotions you all said. Miss Florida said she felt overwhelmed. Miss Gail said sadness and loss. Miss Gladys also said sadness and anxiousness. Now, you all look at the emotions that we feel that were coming up for us when we thought about that main experience. Now, I haven't asked you right now to share what that memory is with us, right? And I'm doing that for a specific reason. We here are in this space right now for a temporary moment, right? And the idea or the memory that you share, you may not feel comfortable yet sharing it with everyone here. So I'm not asking you to share it with everyone here at this time. But what I'm asking you to do is to start to unpack, like, why did that memory come up for you? Think about that for yourself. Why was that the memory that popped up for you right now? Did it change you so fundamentally that it sits at the top of your memory bank? Now, what I'm curious about for some of you all, for you right now, is the memory that popped up for you right now. How long ago did that happen? I want to know. Put it into the chat box. The memory that we're discussing right now, for those of you who are just joining us, we're doing the exercise for the purpose of this moment at this time. We are working with one memory that pops up for us. Okay? So that's the purpose of this exercise right now. We're focusing in on the one memory, not our whole life, not our whole childhood. We're focusing on the one memory. And then I asked you to go deeper into that memory. What were you doing? Where were you? Who was present? What did you smell? What did you feel? Right? And for a lot of us, the feelings that came up were heavy feelings, overwhelm, sadness, loss, anxiousness, right? Now, what I'm curious about for you all is how long ago did this experience, the memory that you're talking about, the memory you're thinking about right now, how long ago did it happen? Because for many of us, when we start to look through our lives, we're going to find that there are periods in our life, right? We have early childhood, we have middle school age, right? We have high school, we have early adulthood, we have starting our careers, marriage, all of these all of these periods in our life. And within each of those periods of life, if I were to ask you to think about specific memories that stand out in each of those periods of life, you're going to have two, three, four pivotal, highly, memorable things, experiences that pop up for you. All right? All of us do. We all have this life. I'm 46. I have an early childhood. I have a time that I went to high school, early adulthood. All of us have these periods. And within these periods of our life, if we were to look and break it up, we all will have pivotal memories, pivotal moments in those periods, right? Might be two, might be three, might be four pivotal things that really stand out. Yep, I thought so. 25 years ago, 40 years ago, 20 years ago. That's what I thought. I thought it was going to be something that wasn't 25 minutes ago, right? Because our lives have things that have occurred that have fundamentally cemented or changed or affected who we are, how we show up, all of it, right? All of it. So, the life stories that we're going to be writing are built around these pivotal moments. Okay? Y'all getting me, right? You're getting me. And this is very critical because a lot of people want to write a life story, but they start thinking about every single thing that they need to cram into this book. Every experience, every person they met, every place they've been. And what I'm telling you right now, don't do it. Excavate your life so that we're able to focus in on the pivotal memories. And that is going to be the scaffolding that we build our life stories around. All right? Yes. Okay. So, the majority of us who have wanted to write a life story for a long time, we've been thinking about it. Maybe our family members ask us to write a life story, like they ask us for more work. This is the key thing that stops people from actually achieving it. Is thinking too big. All right, thinking too big, too much, too fast. All right. So now, the other key thing that I want you all to understand when we're talking about writing life stories is that the second thing is that it is built in authenticity. It is built in honesty. Okay? Authenticity and honesty. What that means is that you are the expert of your life. You are the expert of your life. Nobody else can tell you what you thought, what you felt, what you experienced. Okay? And so this gives you a certain sense of freedom when you're working on a life story project because you do not have to filter your life through anybody else's lens. You do not have to question, did I really think this? This is your life, your experiences. And also, like I mentioned, your meanings that came through from the experiences that you have. So, your job to write a good life story, your job is to be truthful, your job is to be authentic, your job is not to be perfect, and your job is not to be some saint. So, what that means is that you don't try to make yourself sound like you never did anything wrong, you never made any bad decisions, right? Like you're so perfect because that's not true. We all have things that we wish we had done a little bit differently. We all have lessons that we've learned because we made some bad decisions. When you're doing the life story writing, you're going to talk about the lessons learned as well. So, this is not a place to just stroke our egos or make us feel good. No, it's a place for self exploration and telling the truth. Telling the truth. The only way you can actually help somebody else and use your life story to be a tool for someone else to live a little bit easier is if you tell the truth. Now, that being said, do you have to tell every single thing that happened in your life? Does a life story need to be a tell all? No, it doesn't. Your life story can still focus in on the pivotal moments, the memories that you want to share. But as I mentioned, you are the author of this. You control the narrative. You get to share what you want to share. Nobody else can force you to share anything. You get to decide what's going to go in there. So, something that we do in our program is we have every student write a permission statement. This is a statement to themselves to give them the right, if you will, to write their story from their own perspective. Okay? You're giving yourself permission to tell your story in your own words for your own reasons, whatever those may be. Okay? So, what we're going to do right now is I want you all to start this process. We're going to take a minute. And I want you all to write a statement to yourself, giving yourself the permission to write your life story. This could be I release any shame, I release any guilt, I release any fear. I was inspired to share what I've experienced with others, and I'm following that inspiration, that God given inspiration. All right. So I want everybody with me. Y'all still with me? Because I know I'm speaking a little bit quieter because I'm in the library. I hope you all can still hear me and you're understanding what I'm saying, right? Because this life story work, it is a privilege, but it's a privilege and it's a responsibility. It's a privilege because not everybody gets the space to think and do this type of self reflective thinking. A lot of us have been so focused on paying our bills, or so focused on raising the kids, or so focused on getting our careers and doing all the things where sometimes we have not had the space to actually sit and think about our lives and what happened in our lives, right? This life story work is a privilege. Just to be able to sit and think about who we are and how we got to be where we be, it's a privilege. All right. And I say it's also a responsibility because the idea and the inspiration for you to do this work did not come out of a vacuum. It came from somewhere. If you want to think about everything that happened to happen just for you to actually be here right now today, you had to be inspired to write. You had to hear about it. You had to then come into this actual, you had to click a link to get here. If you think about it, a lot of things actually had to happen just for you to be here right now, right? So we need to acknowledge that. And we need to also acknowledge that God has placed some type of responsibility on your heart to do this work. You are what we call a modern day griot. Now, what is a griot? For those of you who are unfamiliar with the term, a griot is someone who captures the family stories, and the griot is someone who keeps the history, right? So they keep the family stories and they keep the history. So you being here means that you have been called to be one of the modern day griots. All right? You are one of the modern day griots. Okay, so I'm frozen. Am I still frozen or am I back? Can you guys hear me or no? Can you guys hear me or no? I'm back? Okay. So I don't know where I cut off. I apologize about that. Today is a little bit different, you all, because like I said, I'm in the library. So I'm using their internet and all of that. So it's a privilege and it's a responsibility that we have to do this work. Okay, thanks, Miss Dawn. Thanks, Akila. Miss Akila. Okay. So we have our memory, right? We have our periods of life: early childhood, middle school, raising our children, all of these different periods of our life. And what we do is we break down those periods into pivotal moments, pivotal memories, and then we use those to build the scaffolding of our complete life story. And we write our life stories one memory at a time. All right? One memory at a time. When we do this, it allows us to have the time and the space to reflect. It allows us to kind of excavate deeper because some memories are going to sit on the surface, right? Some things are going to be on the surface. And then you're going to have some times where you have to, like, what happened? Where was I? How did that affect me? You're going to have to go deeper. And going deeper requires you to be authentic and truthful, like I said earlier, but it also requires you to open up your heart, open up your space, and ask yourself sometimes the deep questions that many of us sometimes have ignored for a long time. All right? Many of us have ignored them for a long time. So let me ask you all here, can you all think of 6 pivotal memories in your life? We're going to start with that number. If I were to say, okay, you did one today, could you think of 6 pivotal memories in your life? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. If we were to think, are there 6 pivotal memories in my life that come to mind for me? Maybe it could be a person, like a pivotal person, family member, mother, parent, grandparent, auntie, uncle, something. Or it could be an actual experience. All right. Miss Akila says yes. Miss Florida says yes. All right. Now, within that pivotal moment, if you were to play that moment in your mind like it was a movie, you see what's happening in your mind. You see how the character moves, and you are the main character in your life story, right? You are the main character. You see how they move, you see what they did, you see who else was in the scene with them. Could you see that for each of those memories? Yes or yes? More than that, I have so many they are jumbled. I understand, Miss Florida. I understand, Miss Florida. I'm going to give you an exercise in a moment, Miss Florida, that's going to help you go through a lot of those jumbles. Because as you so rightly mentioned, it's not that we don't have the memories. For many of us, we have so many memories that we're still confused as to how to actually decide which of those are the most important. Is anybody else with Miss Florida? Ms. Lynn, I'm so sorry. It's cutting in and out. I'm sorry about that. I think it is because of the library internet. I think that's what it is. I'm changing just something over here to see if I can maybe help it out a little bit, but I don't think I can. I don't think I can. Okay. All right. So, okay. That's good. That is helpful, Miss Florida. Thank you. I apologize for the technical difficulties today. Like I said, I'm not at home. Yes, Miss Gladys. So, Miss Florida, you're not alone, meaning that for a lot of people, you have a lot of memories, and then we have to decide what is going to be the memory that moves our story forward the best, right? What is the memory that moves our story forward the best? Some of the things that you can think about in this are one, what are some of those moments, those memories that actually fundamentally changed you, right? What are some of those things that fundamentally changed you? Okay. So that means if you were one way and then you were a different way afterwards, why is that? Okay. What are some of the memories that made you think in a different way? These are some of the things that we use to kind of decipher which memories um, which memories stand out for us the most, right? Which memories stand out for us the most? So, at every stage of our life, we have these different things, right? But there are still, if you think about it really, 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 really strong, there are still some of these within all of these different memories that come up that, like, literally change the way that you think, okay? Change the way that you move, change the way that you go forward with life. And those are the ones that we're focusing on. So if I were to run these pivotal moments through like a filter, let me see how to make it even easier. If you could say, okay, before this moment, before this experience, before this memory, I was one person. After this memory, I was somebody different. Okay, right? That's one way I could think about it. If there is still a very strong emotion, joy, grief, anger, something is still alive in that memory as well, then that's also a key indicator that that is like a very, very, very important memory for you. Thirdly, if this thing is something that you could share, meaning that it's something that has aspects to it that you could tell a friend, you could share it with a grandchild, you could share it with somebody that asked you about something in your life, then those are all three things that kind of say, okay, this is a memory that stands out more than the others. Is that helpful? Let me know if that's helpful for you. Because we run all of our pivotal moments and pivotal memories through filters so that we can select the strongest ones. And then we build our life story around those. Okay. The second one was the emotion. Is there a strong emotion that's still around it, like joy, like grief, like anger, like happiness, like awe? You know, is there still like when you think about it, is there a very strong emotion that comes up for you? Okay, so this is a way to think of like you're sifting. You have all these memories, and we're like sifting through to come down. All right. So One way again is before this moment, I was one person. After this moment, I was a completely different person. For example, you guys, yesterday I was editing the work for one of our story keepers. If you come into the program, you'll meet her. Her name is Miss Willistine is her full name, Willistine Page. So Miss Willie is writing her life story, but in particular, she's focusing on her divorce from her husband. They have 5 kids, and her whole story starts off with this pivotal moment of Sunday morning, getting ready for church. Her kids are there. Her husband looks at her in their bedroom and says 4 words: "I want a divorce." Those 4 words changed her entire life, right? It was like a jaw dropping, stopping moment, memory. So that memory in the story, we paint the picture. What was she doing? Well, how was she getting ready? Where was she going? Church, you know what I mean? We paint the picture of that. And that moment becomes one of the defining key features of her whole story. Can you guys see it? So when we're talking about these moments, it's not just this happened, but it's like before this was this way, after this, I was this way, right? Or this made me think in a different way. Okay. All right. So, okay. Now, I want to, what time is it? 12:40. So I have about 15 minutes. I have about 10 minutes. I'm going to open up with questions. I see some of the questions coming into the chat box. But what I want to talk to you all is how we are doing this work in our Legacy Storykeeper Circle. So, first of all, who here, this is your first time joining me on any of my programs? Who is here for the first time? If you're in the first time, put first time back into the chat. If you're returning, welcome back. But let me know who are the first timers here in the chat. Miss Gladys, thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good, 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 good. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, good. Welcome, first timers. I apologize for being in the library. I really do. But I hope that you're getting what it is that we're talking about. Okay, welcome, first timers. All right, so we have something that we have developed. You know what? First of all, before I even say that, let me reintroduce myself because I did not properly introduce myself to those of you who are here for the first time. Um, my name is Zarina Elamine. I am the founder of a program called the Legacy Story Keepers. We are focused on preserving life stories, particularly the life stories of our elders. Now, I have been in publishing since 2009, so almost 2 decades I have been in the publishing world, helping people organize their thoughts, get them down onto paper, and spread their messages into the world. In 2018, I myself had a pivotal moment that changed my life forever. 2018, my mother and I were on one of my global experiences. I'm a cultural anthropologist by training, and so I organize trips for women globally. We were on one of those experiences to Senegal, West Africa. On this experience, we're having an amazing time. We're going to Goree Island. We're looking at the door of no return. We're trying the African food. We're dancing. We're having an amazing experience. But when we came home, 2019, my mother was gone. Within 1 year, my mother had been diagnosed with a rare form of cancer, and we lost her in 1 year. Pivotal memory changed my entire life. 3 years after losing my mother, we lost my father, Lewy body dementia. So we lost some of his stories first because cognitively he was not there. He was there physically, but cognitively he was no longer with us. So my mother's stories were robbed by death. My father's stories were first robbed by cognition. So after losing both of my parents, I realized that, oh my God, I have tons of questions that I didn't ask them. There is so much I still don't know, even about my own life, about my family history. And I lost the opportunity to ask them. Even though I was in publishing, I had all of the tools. I knew everything about how to organize thoughts and such. I literally just thought I had more time. And many of us think we have more time. We understand that none of us are promised tomorrow. We understand it, but we don't live like it. And so we just keep putting things off, putting things off, putting things off until one day you lost the opportunity. And that's what happened to me. And so this work now that I'm doing around helping us to preserve our life stories is deeply personal. I can't go down into the ground and dig up my mother. I can't dig up my father and ask them any more questions. I lost that time, but I can make sure that you who are still here and also you who have loved ones, you can record what you can now, today, because none of us are promised tomorrow. I live in a space of regrets for what I lost, but I also live in a space of hope and optimism because you don't have to do the same thing. Okay? You do not have to do the same thing. So that's the backstory of why we're doing this Legacy Story Keepers work. And it's the backstory of why I created this program that I'm going to tell you about now. Over the past 2 years, we ran an academy called the Legacy Story Keepers Academy. And in that academy, we were able to help a lot of people to write their life stories, right? They come in with us, we sit with them, we help them write their life stories. The academy is great, but also the academy didn't allow everybody that wanted to do this work to actually have a space to do it. And so what we have done now is to create, is to create what we call our Legacy Story Keepers Circle. And the Legacy Story Keepers Circle is a 12-month journey. It's a membership program. It's a community that allows you to write your life story with other people who are on the same path as you. All right? So we've gone from just like, get this life story done, into now holding space for you so that you can have time to do the self reflective work that comes with writing the life story, so that you can have time to weed through all of your pivotal memories, and so that we can teach you the process of doing life stories in a way that you're going to be able to preserve this for future generations to come. So you're investing time and resources into creating something that your future great grandchildren or future people who are living in our society and in our community can benefit from. That's what we've created here in the Legacy Story Keepers Circle. So what it is it's a monthly membership program. You can stay in for as long as you need. It's built around our 12-month curriculum. So every month we focus on a different aspect of your life. And we go deep into that and we write up the chapters for that aspect of your life. And at the end of the time together, you have a complete life story written that you will love for yourself and also that you'll be able to pass down, like I said, to generations to come. So in the membership, you have our Core Life Story Academy. This is a collection. Think of it like Netflix for life story writing. Okay, we have videos and trainings on all aspects of writing. So those of you who want to get really, really deep into the technical aspects of writing, you can get deep into that. Those of you who want to use our outlines and prompts for writing your life stories, you can get into that. Those of you who want to know how to interview others for life stories, you can get into that. All of these different trainings are in our Netflix of life story writing, and you get access to that in the membership. All right. In addition to the Netflix trainings, you also have live coaching. So every single week, we have a group of life story coaches which have office hours, and you get to come in, share some of your writing, and get real time feedback on your writing. So, like Miss Florida, who said, you know what? Oh my God, I got a million memories. Like, which ones do I actually focus on? How am I going to do that? You would come into the life coaching and in there present, and then they'll help you, massage and decide which ways are going to go forward. So in our membership, you have the trainings, but you also have live coaching with myself and our life story coaches. All right. And then the third big aspect to membership in our Legacy Story Keepers Circle is that you get access to all of the other amazing people who are writing their life stories globally. We have had clients work with us from Bermuda, from Dubai, from Tanzania, from Morocco, and of course across the United States as well. So you get access to this amazing community of legacy story keepers who are all modern day griots, family historians, writing their life stories. All right. They become your accountability partners. They become your high fivers, your supporters, and they also become your virtual confidants. There are people that are supporting you on the journey of completing your life story. Now, I know I may make it sound a little heavy, like, you're doing a life story and such. It's fun. People enjoy it. But I also want you to realize that what we're doing with creating a life story is really critical to where our society goes as well. There is a reason why our current government is trying to suppress certain histories, certain stories, certain people's voices. I'm not going to get political with you, so don't worry. I'm not going to go there. I don't know your political views. You don't have to be on the same political train as me to see that there are certain things that are valued and there are certain things that people try to suppress. What I'm positioning now is that the suppression of certain voices is intentional. And it is because if you can suppress a certain group of people's voices, eliminate their stories, eliminate their history, then you can control the narrative and the future culture. So he who controls knowledge controls the culture. He who controls the culture controls the world. We're seeing that play out in real life, day to day, right now. So, writing our life stories is literally an act of preservation and an act of resistance to the erasure of certain people. As I said, I'm not going to go deep into that right now because I know you're like, okay, hold on. But I need for you all to understand that this is serious. Yes, you're creating something for your family, but you're also doing something that can literally change the society on a bigger level. And that's why we have to have support. That's why I have to also hold your hand to get it done. Right? Okay. So that is what our Legacy Storykeeper Circle looks like. Now, when our ghostwriting projects come in at around 25,000 or so, Many people can't do that work with us. We understand. When our academy came in at 2,500, many people couldn't do that. We understand, right? So we have reduced it to $97 a month. That means you get to come in and be a member in this worldwide global community of legacy story keepers writing their life stories, writing their experiences, and you get to come in on a membership basis for $97 a month. Now, this is a founding member price. It is only for the first 25 people that join. This is the first time that I'm actively sharing out about the Legacy Story Keepers Circle. Okay? This is the first time that I'm actively speaking about the circle. I'm so excited. You can't really see my excitement because I'm in the library, so I'm trying to be subdued. but this is a game changer. And it's because the people who have already graduated from the academy have told us so much that I want to stay in the community. I want to keep coming to the weekly office hours. I want to keep sharing. I want to learn more. This allows you to do that. So now, for those of you who are interested, I'm going to drop into the chat the new link. Michelle, it's legacystorykeepers.com/circle. This is where you go to join. This is where you come to join and become a member, founding member of the Legacy Story Keepers Circle. So I'm going to open up for Q&A. Any questions that you all have surrounding what I laid out, any comments that you have surrounding what I laid out, any questions you have around membership in the circle, let me know. This is your time here to answer any questions that you all have. And for those of you who are coming into the circle, I will give you more information on dates and all of those things coming up as well. All right. So let's see. I'm just scrolling to make sure I didn't miss any questions. I was trying to be quiet. She's louder than me, you guys. Thank you, Miss Gladys. I appreciate that. Keela says, I'm here for the resistance. Yes, 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 yes. We have to be. It's our responsibility. All right, Miss Gladys, thank you for the condolences. I appreciate that. Miss Dawn, will we be able to revisit this video? The replay will come out a little bit, but everything that I've laid out as well, we go into much in depth in the Legacy Story Keeper Circle. When you join the circle, the first thing you're going to get access to is the Netflix of trainings and our process. We're going to be going through the process live, right? Live as a group together. All the dates and such will be sent out to you, but you get to have early access by coming in and joining into the circle now. What we found so far is that the people who come into the program with the intentions of being authentic, with the intentions of sharing their stories to help other people, those are the people that have the mindset that, okay, I'm going to get it done, right? I'm going to get it done. We get to give them structure and such to do it. All right, so legacystorykeepers.com/circle is our community, global community for you all to join and work through this entire process of excavating our pivotal memories and writing up these pivotal memories in a way that other people can understand and also benefit from them. Okay? I'm scrolling down to see if there's anything that I missed in my notes. I had to keep notes for you all. Let's see. Is any questions that you all have? And also let me know your feedback on, is this only available today? No, the founding member rate is available now. for the first 25 people that join. But this program is going to be here long term. So you get a benefit by joining now with the founding member rate. We also have a lot of surprises for the founding members as well. So I won't let you guys in on all of those right now. But yeah. So Ms. Gail, you're thinking about coming in? What questions do you have surrounding the program? Miss Gladys, Miss Florida, Miss Akila, Miss Dawn as well. I don't see anybody else. I can't tell the other names. What questions do you all have surrounding the Storykeeper Circle or your life story as well? Any questions you have around your specific life story, let me know now. I have set aside this time to work with you all. And so, whatever questions you have, bring them forward. Bring them forward, bring them forward, bring them forward. All right. So while you guys give your questions, I want to go over um, some of the 12 life stages that we cover in the program. So, first of all, is childhood, right? This is like 0 to 12. So, our early childhood, what are some of the things that really laid the foundation for who you are as an individual? Those are some of the moments that we write about in our early childhood phase. Then we go into adolescence, like 13 to 18, right? What are some of the pivotal moments, pivotal memories that occurred during that time that moved you forward in your life? All right. Then we go into young adulthood and maybe leaving home. This can be around 19 to 25, what were your first experiences leaving home? Did you leave home? Did you stay? Early adulthood, maybe you went off to college, maybe you went into a trade, maybe you got married, early young adulthood. Then we go into like building a life. So this is like 26 to 35-ish, right? Around 26 to 35. What are some of those pivotal things that happened when you were building your life up during that time? Maybe you started having children, maybe you lost someone close to you, you know, got married. Then we go into the long middle, like midlife. This is like 36 to 55. This is kind of where I am right now because I'm 46, right? Midlife, right? What are some pivotal things that happened with that? For me, my parents passed during that time, right? For me, I also got divorced during that time. So, what are some pivotal things that happened in your midlife that changed everything? All right. After that, we start looking at different aspects of life. Later years, like some wisdom years, what are things, lessons learned that you feel other people can benefit from? What are some of the wisdom moments in your life? Then, of course, we want to talk about family. So, your parents, your siblings. And if you all remember anything about your grandparents, if you like your aunts and uncles, who are your family members? What is your family of origin? Whatever you can remember about that, you want to put that down because, again, when you're gone, nobody can ask you about that knowledge that you have. There are things that I wish I asked my grandmother because my grandmother has certain family history that I can never get back at all, period. And I just didn't think about it when she was alive because nobody told us to ask these questions or to really focus on this stuff. We don't talk about it. So we lose it. And what we're doing here within this life story legacy story keepers circle is like we're not losing that stuff anymore. We're being intentional. So you want to write down things about your family, love, partnership. What does that look like for you? How did that come to play for you? Career and work. This is the ninth area that we work on. And then faith, spirituality, beliefs. Did your faith change? Did your faith carry you forward? Like were your grandmother's prayers always embedded in you and that's how you move forward, right? And then there's two more areas that we kind of focus on as a whole: loss and grief. How did that play a role in your life? And then joy and triumph. What are some of your big wins in life? Okay. So that's roughly 12 areas that we kind of focus on in this work, roughly like one a month. And so we designed this so that you can dig into all of the areas of your life, pull that, and really have a full, complete picture of your life. All right. Whether you're writing your own life story or you're writing the life story of someone that you love. So every month, you're going to be focusing on a different aspect of your life. And then whenever you get stuck or you have questions or whatever, you come to the coaching sessions and get help moving forward. Okay. Um, so let's see. Miss Akila, powerfully influenced my life. How do I choose between them to start? To start, Miss Akila, you may want to focus on the ones that you feel had the biggest impact, but you may also just have a full chapter on family, and each of them have a section. Some sections may be longer, like your parents or whoever were the key people may have longer sections, and then those who were a part of your life but not as impactful, you may write smaller sections. We have one lady, Sister Bahija Shakur. She actually organized her entire life story based off of family member. So there's a chapter for her husband, there's a chapter for her mother, there was a chapter for each child individually, right? So um, that can be that. But then in addition to that, Miss Akila, what you can also do is in the family section, think of it like a play where you have a cast of characters, right? You have a cast of characters in a play. And in that cast of characters, you list who they are, who they were to you. But every character doesn't have a full bio. So some of them may just be people that you list, and then others you may go into. Let me know if that's helpful for you. Miss Dawn, uh, uh, yes, Miss Dawn, come on in. Come on in now with the founder price. And I'll tell you, you can ask family members to support and help, um, whatever is necessary to get it in. Okay, Miss Florida, I have attempted to write several times on several different aspects of my life, and it always sends me into depression. So I am trying to get stronger before I just dive in. Miss Florida, you're never going to be at the perfect moment where everything is clear and then you dive in. It gets emotional, point blank, period. We have had people in the program pause for a few weeks. We also have had people cry on some sessions. We have had people talk about some deep stuff because this is real life, some deep things. We have one gentleman, Brother Nazim, who is writing his life story, but a big pivotal memory is him losing his 8-year-old son. And I'm apologizing in advance if this is triggering to anyone. He lost his 8-year-old namesake son, the son that was named after him, his junior. He lost him at 8 years old in a car accident. Um, he got hit when he was playing with some friends. So naturally, that's not a happy time, happy thing to write about, right? Like that's deeply hurtful. And we have to work through that. In the program, this is one of the reasons why we actually talk about dealing with difficult subjects, especially when we have family traumas. How do we deal with those? So, yes, Miss Florida, it can be difficult, it can be heavy. I'm going to tell you what some of the other people who have written with us say is that it's worth the work. It's definitely difficult. Also, Miss Florida, on our YouTube page, I did an interview, I think 3 weeks ago, with one of our story keepers by the name of Dr. Anissa Nadir. Dr. Anissa Nadir graduated with our program, and she spoke about this right here about writing in difficult times through difficult things because she experienced a lot of childhood trauma, alcoholism, fighting, all of the things. And she talked about how writing was healing, but it was also difficult at times, and what she felt when going through that. So I just want to, you may find value in watching that YouTube. Michelle, if you're here, could you pop over to our YouTube page and pull the link for our YouTube page, and then, or even the link directly to Dr. Anissa's interview, and drop that into the chat for Miss Florida, because that may assist you, Miss Florida. But just know you're not alone with that. Okay, Akila, I'm glad that that was helpful for you. Yeah, it is safe, it is empathetic, it is supportive, because people who do this are typically good people, you know. we attract like really good people. All the people who are in the program have been amazing, good-hearted type people. And my job is to make sure you not only have that space, but my job is also to make sure that you finish, that you actually get the life story written. So at the risk of sounding mean, I don't want to sound mean, but what I would say is that I'm not, I'm not here just to be a friend. I am supportive because that's my default nature. My mother was a social worker. My father had a funeral home. So I'm someone that's been around a lot of heavy, things. I'm a vault for a lot of people's heavy secrets and such. However, my job with this is to support you to also getting the life story done. I want you to have a finished thing that you can hold, whether it be a PDF or whatever. I want you to have a finished life story that can be shared and passed down. So, what we're doing here is we're building a library, and my goal is to have 100,000 stories in that library. So, I'm not just about dreaming and wishing and da da da. I'm actually about let's get it done, right? Let's get the writing done. We have to work through the emotions, yes. We got to work through the writer's block, yes. So that's why our process helps work through those things. But also, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be like, let's get it done. We're gonna be working towards getting it done. Okay, Miss Gail. Yes. So thank you, Michelle, for dropping the YouTube link. You'll on our YouTube, you'll be able to hear from a lot of the other people who have done some of this work with us. You'll hear clients talking about writing, why they wrote, how they got through it, But there are also longer videos on there too, where we did in-depth interviews. Dr. Anissa, and Dr. Gwen too. We did a whole interview with her where she talked about growing up in a rural village type of thing, getting baptized, her spiritual self, all of that. So definitely go and check out some of the YouTube videos so you can hear some of the other people. And then when you come with us, we will interview you as well. We will interview you as well. All right, my loves. So I pray that you all have found value today with our time. I pray that you have learned some things around writing the life story. And I pray that if you want support and you want to get it done, that you come and join us in our Legacy Storykeeper Circle, so that we can hold your hands and get it done. No more just wishing, no more just dreaming. Actually, get it done. All right. Thank you, Michelle. Any questions that you all have? If there's something that you need to know that I have not addressed today, and you need to send it via email, you can reply to any of our emails to you, and we will get it. Or thank you, Michelle. You can email us at legacy@legacystorykeepers.com, and we will. answer any questions that you have. And don't be shy. There are no wrong questions at all, right? Anything that comes up, just let us know. As I said, this is like a spiritual mission for us and our team. It's something that we're deeply passionate about, and we're passionate about helping you get it done. So we appreciate you being here. I appreciate you being a part of the Legacy Story Keepers family. Those of you coming into the circle, we welcome you into the circle. All of the details and such will be coming out as far as the days. You'll get the schedule of times and all of that. But right now, the main thing is to make a decision for yourself. Do you want to do it? Yes. If you want to do it, do you want to do it with support or do you want to do it on your own? You get to choose, right? If you want to do it with support, then we invite you to come into the circle. If you're going to do it on your own, um, we pray you get it done. Right? A lot of people say they want to get it done, but then they get caught up in life and da, da, da. So if you want support, we're here for you. Thank you. That's, you know what, Michelle? I don't know if that is our, that might be the private Facebook group. Is that the private one for just the clients, or is that the public group? We do have a public group, but I think the one that the link you put might be the private group. So, okay, thank you. Okay, Miss Gail, we are excited to have you in the program. Um, I have to fix the emails. You probably are going to get an email today or tomorrow, and I need to go in and update the email. You should get a replay, but you should also get the link to the page, which has information about the page. So let me drop the page here too. Before you all go, click on this legacystorykeepers.com/circle so that you can open up the page. And Akila, I like Miss Akila LSK. That's exactly what I put in my notes sometimes. um, Click over on the page because on the page I break down, everything that we discussed here. You see the information about the program. Some people like to read, and that's fine. We have a lot of different types of learners. If you're a visual learner, you're going to love the trainings and such. If you are one who loves community, you're going to love the live coaching. If you're one who likes things in black and white on paper, then you're going to love our prompts and our outlines and such. We've taken a lot of time to think about the different ways that we humans get things done, and we try to make sure that all of those different ways are accounted for within the circle. So, uh-oh. Sorry, you guys. I see I was gone for 30 seconds. My goodness. All right, you all. I'm going to end it here. But thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for being a part of the Legacy Story Keepers family. Thank you for caring about this work. All right. Look forward to seeing you all soon. Have a great day. You're welcome, Sister Akila.